The objective of the state and the objective of ANACOM is in general to promote efficient investment in infrastructure, avoiding to duplicate investments in infrastructure areas, for instance. In order to do this, we have defined a number of mapping tools, some in the case of the reference duct access offer, the other is the pole access offer, and we have also the Atlas of Infrastructure, the SIC, the Centralized Information System. And SIC can be considered both a geographic information tool and a business tool. As a geographic information tool, the SIC, the Centralized Information System, has a number of data and information which is relevant to operators and other utilities regarding objects such as ducts, poles, towers, etc., visit chambers, technical galleries, aerial sections, etc. That can be useful to minimize interventions in the public domain and to lower the costs of access to networks. So that's the interface also with the business tool, because lowering the costs of these interventions in the public domain can help operators to achieve lower prices in the retail market and so to gain more customers in broadband. That's what we need in Europe. If we are to identify the difficulties of the centralized information system, we must go back a little back in time to 2004, where some mapping activities were already taking place at the level of the database for the duct reference offer for the historic operator. So the first steps to mapping infrastructure were already there. At first, the historic operator found it strange that we wanted to identify carefully these infrastructures and to grant access to alternative operators to these infrastructures. So we were challenged on court in several instances, not only by the historic operator, by the way, but also by the alternative operators. And in the opposite way, the alternative operators found that we didn't go that far. They wanted more, the historic operator wanted less. Finally, we achieved a compromise. And after overcoming all these judicial procedures, we engaged in a process where we had to define the technical specifications and we had to find an equilibrium between defining information that was useful for mapping the infrastructure, for granting access and the right points of access to alternative operators, but also a compromise in order to safeguard confidential and sensitive information that was essential for the business case of each operator. Then we had to define the right level of price for accessing these mapping tools. We had to define a quality of service levels, and we have to find the appropriate software to minimize mistakes. There were a number of challenges. I think these were the most important. There are a number of key factors of success for the implementation of mapping infrastructures. The importance of being resilient in taking forward the whole project from the onset to the end, but it is also important to develop as much as possible a consensual framework to work together with the different entities involved and to show them that at the end of the day there are visible gains for everyone. It can be a win-win situation, and mapping will be important for all.